Our organization, The Beat of Life, we basically exist to create songwriting and music programs for vulnerable populations, people that are on the outskirts of society, people that are battling anything mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, etc., and that can use music and particularly songwriting as a healing mechanism and also as a way to kind of reframe and think differently about their stories and about those challenges, and hopefully write some kind of anthem of change or of overcoming, or whatever it is that they need. We use music and songwriting as a way to talk about those critical issues that they're going through, and things that we're all hearing about in the media stories right now. But that a lot of times the individuals that are experiencing those things are not going to be as eager to talk about. So we're hearing about them in the media, but we're not hearing about them from the individuals themselves. Talk about a lot of the issues that those kids are experiencing and that are easier to talk about through music and through creating music than they would by just sitting down in an office and talking to a social worker or a counselor or even a teacher or a friend. You bring music into that room and we say, let's talk about these things, let's write a song about it. And it's just such a powerful way to get out those things.
Have youth that they're in the juvenile system, they're in group homes, like they are that, like they're at that cusp where if there's no intervention, there's no mentorship, there's nothing happening, then their story's written. Our vision is to be able to run this program weekly. And especially, I mean, so much happens, we're there, time happens, those kids are gone. They got transferred or they left the program, and so they didn't get that writing session. Maybe that writing session was gonna be the breakthrough for them. So we wanna be there on a more regular basis, and we wanna be there after this year is over. Yeah. And we wanna be there, long term. We want this collaboration to keep going and keep going and keep going, longer than we can even imagine, because the purpose is served. So that's ultimately, I think, the biggest piece in all of it is we have all the components, and what we need at the end of the day is to continue to have the funds to be able to run the program. And with the work that we are seeing and that we have seen in just 3 months, it just shows me how vital this program is in YCAP and what a difference and an impact it really can make on a regular basis. So
I thought I wasn't going to like it because I thought it was like, like regular class. Everybody's just like writing stuff and stuff like that. But it's more of like a involvement thing. So like everybody's involved with it instead of just like one person just taking on with it and, like it's going to be awkward. So it wasn't like that. So that made me like it. Songwriting can help because like I told them that I'm an off the dome type of person and I forget easily. So they were like, write it down. As soon as you think about it, write it down. And so if you look at something, you think about a song, just write it down, because the more that you write down, the more that we can piece each part together and try to make a song. And I had never thought about it that way. I don't know why, but I had never thought about it that way. So I was like, I started doing it. And like that night, the first night that I was with the Beat of Life, they told me to do that. And so I started doing it, and like I had made like 3 songs that night. And I was like, wow, this really does make a difference. Music is life. Music, well, for me, like everybody has their own certain thing. Like if they're a painter, like art is life, I like art, But with singing and songwriting, just music to me in general, I think it's more than just the sound. Music to me is like, it's like an art, it's like a connecting system.
For me, the Beat of Life, what I've seen for the kids, they've learned a new way to express themselves. They've learned a new talent. I remember like a few days after the kids learned how to play the guitar, they were like, oh, we need to practice for 20 minutes. And like, that was different for me. I'm like, okay, let me get these keys. Go ahead, grab you a guitar. And like together as a group, they were like, no, this is the F key. No, remember he said this. So just seeing that was pretty cool. Like they came together as a unit to just practice on something without even being told, like, I really want to see you practice. They did that. And then for me, just the girls, they kind of sometimes find it harder to express themselves. So I know one of our participants, she actually wrote about something that's really happening in her life currently, and she actually performed it in front of an audience. And like all the girls kind of united, like, I don't like him either. I remember that, da da da. So it was just like, this is neat. So just watching them all come together and even having a respect for each other. So some of the kids can actually carry a tune, and the kids are like, oh wow, she can sing. So just standing back and those kids getting those praises from their peers is really nice to see. So now that they're coming twice a month, it's like the kids get going and we have to stop, and if there's a snow day or holiday, it drags out. So if we could just get them in here more, I just feel like more creativity will just pour out of the kids. So just more consistency would be great. I would love to see that happen, and just a better respect for music, because certain kids only listen to one genre, but there's so many other genres that they listen to that they will learn just through the Be the Life program.